Hey, it's Kelly, your favorite mom of twins, Jeep driving lawyer with two crazy rescue dogs who likes to craft. I mean, it's just perfect, right? Uh, welcome. Welcome to the insanity. If you're new here or you haven't already done it, please hit the subscribe button down there and the like. When you do that, it sends me a cute little message that says you subscribed or that you liked the video. It's like a little boost of self-esteem. And since I'm not getting a whole lot of that at work because we're doing everything by Zoom, so it's not the same. I kind of need the extra boost to my self-esteem. Just saying. Okay, so I want to apologize that I'm running late. I usually film long before this, although the last couple weeks I have not been. Um, life. Life. Yeah. So let's see. I did the MRI and we found out, let's see, last Monday I had the x-ray, and I'm not sure if I told you, I've been having issues with my back. It's almost like been 2 months of this back issue, and been doing physical therapy, been doing meds, blah blah blah. So I had the x-ray and they found out that L5 is fused to my sacrum. Usually that's a congenital thing, although I've had enough x-rays and MRIs and CTs and issues, and that's never been mentioned before. So I don't think it's congenital in my case. So they sent me for an MRI, and my doctor says, I don't even know what to do with you. Between your allergies and stuff, I don't know how to treat you. So he's sending me to a pain management specialist. So I spent all day on the phone between my insurance and making calls to different doctors' offices, and trying to squeeze in actual billable hours, trying to find a pain management specialist who takes my insurance. And at one point I called the insurance and I said, can you guys help me? Like, clearly you know who you can pay and who you've decided not to pay, or however that works. At which point what they did was send me to an office of a neurosurgeon who like does pain management, kind of like as a prep to you having surgery. I already have a fantastic neurosurgeon. I don't want another one. I love my surgeon so much that I tell him every time I see him. Now remember, the rule is, Boyd, if you're going to leave the practice or move, you need to give me time to go with you. And if you are moving out of the area, I need 6 months notice. That's the deal, because I will be selling my place and my practice, and I'm going with you. And he laughs every time. He's like, we're not planning on going anywhere. Don't worry, Kelly. So I did call my neurosurgeon at that point because I was figuring, okay. And I had ended up in the ER Saturday night. The pain was so bad, I ended up in the ER Saturday night. And they had said, you have to follow up with your neurosurgeon anyways. So I called his office. But the soonest, they put me on the cancellation list, thank goodness. But the soonest I can get in to see my neurosurgeon is August 9th. Yeah. So ended up that I have a sports medicine, like orthopedic doctor, that I've seen for some other injuries and whatnot. And I called their office, and I don't know what made me think about it. But they have a sports neurologist, which I don't even know what that would do. Like, what does he do? I don't. So I thought, you know what, I'll look on so I look on their website and they list pain management. So I called and I have an appointment on Friday with them. So Wednesday, I see my massage therapist. She's usually really good with things, and she does her homework on, you know, if she's not quite sure how to treat something, kind of thing. So she said she'd work on it, and she's like, look, I'm not going to be able to fix it. That's just not something I can do. And I'm like, didn't think you could. That's okay. She said, but I may be able to get you so that you're not in such agony. Because at the ER, they gave me morphine, Toradol, and Robaxin? Yeah, those three. And it took the edge off the pain. I was still in pain. Took the edge off. They gave me the option to stay overnight, which really would have been 2 overnights because usually neurosurgeons don't round on the weekends. So yeah, so I elected to come home. So we're going to just kind of, yeah, I just took more pain meds. I have physical therapy in the morning, so hopefully she can get it down to a dull roar kind of thing. But I have been very gingerly sitting. I have one of those, I have a donut pillow. You know those donut pillows? So we affectionately call it the princess pillow, and I sit on the princess pillow all day. So it's been an adventure. However, overall, it's still been freaking phenomenal. Of a week. I have some haul. I have some stitching that I did. I found a piece that I'm going to use to finish another a project that I'd already finished, but not FFO'd. Yeah, I mean, it's been overall, it's been really good. I have a client coming in tomorrow, so we can discuss some things going on with his case. Yeah, lots of things on track. So I'm good. It's all good. So let's get into it. We have a finish. I elected, after much consideration, much thought, I did not stitch the taco. How cute is that, though? Like, okay, so here's my hand. And I don't think I have huge hands, but I guess I kind of do. But I think that's going to look adorable, like matted and framed, like, and put as a magnet on my refrigerator. So we know what we're going to FFO it as. Now the fun part will be seeing, when does Kelly actually FFO anything? No, yeah. We all know I don't. I have the best of intentions. The best of intentions. So at Joann's, they had wood pieces like 60% off, and then I had like another coupon. What, you know how you coupon stack when you can. So I have a big long piece to put my Lizzie Kate on. However, it's a little too long. So I'm going to have to get out my saw. Oh, darn. Get out my power tools, and I'm going to whack about a foot off of it. And then I'm just going to flat fold it. It was the piece that, it's my 3 small boards, and I was going to put, I had wanted to put it on like a surfboard. And I was looking for one online. It would have cost me over $100. That made no sense to me. Absolutely no sense. So I'm just going to, it's just a long rectangle. It was $26 normally. Again, 60% off. And I think I had like $20% off of sale prices. I think that's how I did it. Either that, or it was like, if you spend $30, take $5 off kind of thing. Well, yeah. We all know me. I have compulsion issues. It's the ADD. But it's okay. So, oh, and then I got my little clippy clips. These suckers are expensive. Like, okay, there's 10 in here, and I think it was like 10, 12 bucks. So I finally got those because I was like, I can't use pins with the vinyl to sew the bags. So I bought these. I guess now we're into haul because it just translated like FFO idea into haul. So I got these. As you can see, I haven't used them yet. We'll get there one day. The problem is that my table is only so big where I have to work. And I guess I'm just kind of being lazy because in order to use it, then I've got to figure out where I can put my computer and the little separate keyboard and blah, blah, blah. And it just gets, yeah, it's intense. So I don't feel like actually, okay, it hurts to move stuff like that. So, but the kids are being great and they're helping out when they can. Okay. So, so yeah, so we haven't painted. The plumber, has been by, the new plumber that I hired, and he is negotiating with my insurance company. So fingers crossed because, yeah, that was expensive. Um, so we'll see. Again, fingers crossed. So yeah. So you'll remember before, see, I'm actually opening it. Aren't you all proud of me? I actually opened it. Okay, so remember when I told you I bought old Christmas tree? I also bought her. So what I'm going to do, see how nice it, okay, so the pictures are kind of wonky, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave off all of this, like, border, and the border on her, and where it says winter. And then if you can see, I'm just going to make it so that she's holding, like, the popcorn strands or the beads that they're hanging on the tree. So it will be like Mama helping the kids decorate the tree. The boy child in this picture actually has red hair. The little girl has kind of reddish hair, but Bean was never that much of a redhead. So I may add a little bit more of a brownish color to her hair just so that it matches well. And the other thing that I may do, see all those beautiful bulbs? They don't shine. They're not cryonic or anything, and I don't think that they're even, I don't think they're beads either. So I want them to be, I want them, my Christmas balls to be shiny, because who doesn't want shiny balls? Yes, really and truly right now I have the sense of humor of about a 7-year-old boy. And that is not unusual for me to have. And so we're all good. It's all good. I'm trying to see if I can figure out this whole, this is what happens when you put Kelly on narcotics. Yeah, no, the little bulbs aren't, they're not beads. That's very weird to me. Why aren't they shiny? So we'll be changing. Leave it to me. We all know. We all know. The colors that they suggest are just mere guidelines. Mere guidelines. So we'll be changing those because why not? Why not? So now I need to now see, now I've got, and then again, because it would look, well, and I have really long hair like her, but I don't think my hair's ever been that red. So we'll see. My Bean in my hair is pretty close. When I was little, hers isn't as dark as mine is right now. It may darken up one day. I don't know. Genetics, you never know what you're gonna get. Okay, so here's the other thing that I bought, and it's very cool. And some of you may have this, and you'll recognize the little brown paper bag, which is very cute with the little washi tape on them. Okay, I bought the skin collection from Ymir at Almond M&M's, and they came in today. And if those are not the most, like, I cannot wait to work with it. Here, let's see, maybe they'll. I'm not good at, you'd think I would, you'd think by now, we're on like, what, episode 45? You'd think I'd have a handle on this. No, clearly not. Okay, but I'll hold it. They're all, okay, well, they're all dropping. Okay, so they're all shades of like beautiful browns. And this is like, this is, it's like this beautiful, they're skin tones. It's her skin tone collection. And what she's done is she's given each of them a number. And it's not a random number. Like you would think, if you didn't know, you would think they were just random numbers thrown on there. Like, okay, so here's 1859. And you're looking at me like, why 1859, right? Because that was the last known slave ship to arrive in the U.S. was in 1859. Oh my God. What? Ymir. Amazingness. 1866 is the Civil Rights Act. We have 1965, which is Bloody Sunday and the Voting Rights Act. I suck at dates, so these are fantastic. I love this idea. 1873 was the first open heart surgery was performed by a black doctor. In 18? Wow. Okay. Let's see. 1900 is Black National Anthem was created. I don't know the words to it. And now I have this overwhelming desire to learn it. That may be on my schedule. And then she has this really, really pretty variegated. It's really there, maybe. Okay. And it is 2021. We are here today talking about inclusivity and representation. I think that's just so much goodness. So much goodness. So if you have not checked out Ymir, and she also has, this is my first Ymir floss. And again, I don't quite have an exact project, although now I'm thinking I might. But, and they come little teeny. And if you don't follow Ymir and watch her YouTube or her Instagram, you really need to. She goes by Almond M&Ms, and I know I've mentioned her before. She is just so much goodness. She is just amazing. And so I really like the idea. And so she's got, not only does she have the skin collection, which I'm hoping she kind of even expands it even further. And I think that is her plan, but don't quote me on that. She has these beautiful flower colors, and she does a lot of natural dyeing, which I love that idea. So yeah, go check her out. I will. Okay, we all know I'm not going to remember unless somebody reminds me and needs it. I probably won't remember, but I will try to pop her information down below. At least I'm honest about my shortcomings. So that was that literally is all of my haul and my FFO. Can you believe it? And we're only 18 minutes in, and I'm almost done. Okay, so the only thing that I've worked on 2 pieces. I finished, okay, I take that back. I worked on 3. I finished the taco piece because I didn't stitch the taco, and that's why I got to finish that the other day. My hair, I'm losing my hair. I'm losing my hair. I am shedding chunks of hair. Yeah. Yeah. So while I'm trying not to stress out about it, I have been bald before. After like brain surgery, 3, we shaved my head because it was just, it was horrible. And I know it's only hair, and that's what people tell you. Let me just tell you, if you have no control over the fact that you are losing your hair, it is more than just hair. And it sucks. And I can, yeah. So I'm trying to relax because I know that stress will also cause your hair to fall out. and trying to do a lot more natural things into my body instead of chemicals and processed crap. So, okay. Anyways, I don't want to get off on that tangent because that's, yeah. Life is really good. I got some really fantastic news this afternoon that I will share with you, which is really good. So, okay, so I finished the taco sampler, and then I went back to my Quaker because what was it? Wasn't Quaker, it was sampler, September sampler when I started this last year. And then I set it aside and my ADD kicked in and I did a bunch of other things. And now I have pulled it back out because it is my, my Whipco piece and it got called. And I just realized that I have stitched the F in a different brown than the rest of it. And you know what? I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it because that's my new motto. We're just going to roll with it. So there is, first I drink the coffee and then I do the things. But really right now it just says first I drink. And I'm not mad that that's what it says because I think that's fantastic. So yeah, so I have, as soon as I finish this little motif, there's like another, they look like forks. I'm not sure that's what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a fork. So there's another fork clover in here. And then an initial, which will be the K, because we have B and W for bean and the boy child. The bird is done, and then there's another little motif that comes in here, and a third one that's here. And then I will be officially halfway done. Right? We'll be halfway done with it, and yeah. But I think it's funny that right now it just says first I drink. We don't know. I might. That might be what I do. Okay, so I'm a hot mess. So I am part of the Stitching Book Club. I joined this year. I bought the series. I am freaking out that, like, when she does the special line Witch and Wardrobe, that I won't be able to get it. And I'm flipping out about it and stressing out about it. I stress out about the weirdest things. The weirdest things. So I did not finish my Jane Austen Sense and Sensibility. I read the book with everybody. It was fantastic, which is really good because I want to say that Sense and Sensibility was one I read like in grade school, probably middle school, knowing me. And it was okay, but it's never been like my favorite, but it was really nice to go back and read it again. So I did the first 2 rounds around the center flower, right? And then I was like, dang it, I don't have any 334. And my stores have been out and everything. So Dana was nice enough to send me 334. Y'all, I'm a freaking idiot. And here's why. Okay. If you do the blue fabric, which is what she called for, and she even gave you the special directions on dyeing it so it was all the same blue, you use these numbers up here. If you're stitching it on white, Ada, you use the colors down here. Please take note of the color of fabric I am using. This would be blue. Blue. 334 is called for the white conversion. You don't need it if you're stitching on the white or on the blue. Don't need it. Not called for. So I set it aside months ago, thinking I don't have 334. And then it was one of those that, like, I had the 334, but I just didn't pull it back out. Yeah. I'm an idiot. I didn't need 334, and I could have done this. I have no words. No words. However, I am now twice as far as where I was, and I picked this up this afternoon, and it's almost doubled in size. So, and Little Women is out now, and I read that like beforehand. I've already read that. Picked up on parts that I didn't remember from before, so that was really cool. Really enjoyed it. I love that series. I love Little Women. The stitch that is going on, I love. Oh my stars, so good, so good. But I'm trying to, as we all know, I am desperately trying to finish up some whips before I start new starts. This is getting harder and harder for me to do because I want to start all the things. So that is the extent of my stitching. I did have some stitchy kindness, and I almost just forgot. So Clay on Stitch Life had put out, hey, what's your unicorn chart? What's your unicorn chart? Maybe somebody has it, and we'll share it with you. Like, we'll sell it to you, we'll send it to you, whatever. Like, what's your unicorn? Or maybe we can find it online for you to buy. What's your unicorn chart? So we all know that before I realized it, I had never stitched a memorabilia before. Like, that was always kind of one of those things. Now I have like 50,000 of them to stitch. I bought a pirated copy, and I admit that it's a pirated copy, and I did not realize that but I wanted just, so I'm stitching it. However, I do have somebody who, as soon as she's finished stitching hers, will be reaching out to me so that I can buy it from her at a reasonable price. All for that. So I will do that, because regardless, I'm planning on stitching the Lady of Flag more than once. The other unicorn chart that I have fallen in love with is Magic Study from Hade, Heaven and Earth Designs. Candace K is stitching it that I know of, and Janice Jabber are stitching it. And I have fallen in love with it. It just reminds me of Bean. I do want to change the girl's hair color so that she looks more like Bean. It's coloring. But I've fallen in love with it. But it was a limited edition, and it's no longer available. And I was just crushed. So, in doing some research and that, a lot of the problem right now is that so many files are PDF. So technically, it was like, well, how do you share a PDF with somebody? Like, I would loan you my pattern. I loan patterns to people all the time. It's not a big deal. Like, hey, if you need a pattern that I have, let me know. I will share it with you. Like, just send it back when you're done. Like, just as if, I was standing right here and I handed it to you. I don't have a problem with it. Problem is if you're dealing with PDFs and they're all electronic, that's really hard to do, because the theory is that if it's in your hands, like, you get to use it for your personal use kind of thing. So I can hand it to you. You will, then I can't be stitching on it at the same time because you have the one copy. Okay. And then when you're done, you pass it back to me and I can either stitch it again or whatever. So the only way to share a PDF is if you know that the other person, basically they have to share the file with you. They have to totally delete it off their system. Gone. And then it's mine kind of thing, and I can stitch it. And then if I decide then that, or if our deal is that I'm going to pass it back, then once I finish, I have to send her back the file, and I have to completely destroy any copy of it, like my working copy. I have to completely destroy the file that, like, the PDF file, all of that. So I'm like, how the heck am I going to get this chart? Like, it's not going to come back out as far as we know, but I've fallen in love with it. And every time Janet or Candace shows us, my heart just longs for it a little bit more. And it's not like I have a shortage of projects. It's not even like I have a shortage of projects that remind me of my children, because I don't have a shortage of anything. Bad about that. Okay, so somebody in Stitch Life said, hey, I have a copy of it. I bought it when it was available. I'm never going to stitch it. And I'm like, are you absolutely sure? And she's like, nope. I realized that I'm never going to stitch it, and I wanted to be able to pass it on to whoever, like somebody whose heart really was going to stitch it and wanted to stitch it. So she has graciously gifted, and she won't even like. She just said make a donation to like a juvenile diabetes camp, which is fantastic because I'm an Alpha Gamma Delta, and that is our big philanthropy. In fact, some of our founders even founded a camp for kids with juvenile diabetes here in Michigan. So like big time in my heart that is a project or a charity that I will happily give to, kind of thing. So I have magic school or magic study, and I'm dying to start it. I'm dying to start it, but I've only had one finish, and usually my rule right now, we all know how I am about plans, is I have to finish at least 2 things that are already whips before I start a new whip. And I have, oh my god, how did I screw that up? I do have one other thing. I started 99 from y'all are screaming at me. Ink circles. I have 99. Did I show you this? Um, Here we go. I started this because a friend of mine who's a triathlete, I think I'm going to gift it to him for his new house. This line goes longer, but I was just like, okay, here's bottle number 1. How cute is that? Like, stupid cute. So, it's this, or he's an Army veteran, and I'm like, do I tempt fate again with one of these freaking circle emblems? Because we all know I'm still trying to figure out I haven't picked back up the Marine one. Somebody needs to hit me. Somebody needs to organize me. Just tell me what I need to stitch when. That's kind of why I'm really struggling with the groups, and I love to be in them and see the different things and play the games and stuff, but it is overwhelming to my brain and my ADD, and I literally wish I could just make like, okay, here's a copy of, like, here's my list of all of my whips, and here's the picture. Tell me what I need to stitch for what, and I'll post the pictures. Like, that's not a problem. It's just like my brain can't wrap around, and especially when people are like, oh, you can double dip here and here and here. I can't. I can't. Um, so, um, so I'm not sure, like, so I think this is going to end up at Jason's house in Wisconsin, unless I get bold and, and a little ballsy and decide to start the Army emblem like the Marine one. I have it. I actually have all the branches of the military. Um, I don't think they have a Coast Guard one. I know I have Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Is there a Coast Guard one? Well, now I'm just bamboozled, but I'm not going to stop to show you. I'm not going to stop. Don't worry. We'll figure it out later. I don't even know. I bought all the branches, and honestly, I have a cousin who's in the Air Force. I know a couple Marines, and my brother is Army. Why did I buy them all? No idea, except for my ADD kicks in, and I have to, like, I can't just have one out of the series. I have to have the entire freaking series. Can't just have some DMC. I need the whole thing. I have the whole thing now. I just need more little boxes, and I did figure out, okay, everybody, The really and truly, these are tried and trusty. I had the other box that like Renee gave me, and the way the little bars are, it doesn't work. So these are from Walmart. I want to say they're $2.99. So far I have 3 of them filled, and that does not, I probably still need another 2 or 3 to put all the DMCs in. So in the one that I got from Renee, I have all my Mill Hill Biggies and my Krynex are in there. And then if I I have some of the Dinky Dyes and the Karen Water Lily for the mermaid, for my Kristen, my mermaid. So yeah. The other thing I did, I used my Cricut and I bought the Ray Dunn font. And I made the labels for like my flour and my sugar and stuff. And I actually put them on the containers tonight. Well, okay. All but I have to reprint out cornstarch. And apparently I didn't make salt. I have a big bucket of a big container of salt. Look at it. Isn't that cute? And so then they go on my, well, this will be 2 lines, and it will go on the container that I have with all my baking powder. And they look nicer because they're all labeled and they're all up on my shelf. I have a couple open shelves above my stove and stuff that we installed. And so they look a little nicer, and I'm not struggling going, oh, is that cornstarch or is that baking soda? I don't know. So yeah, or powdered sugar, that's the other one. You don't want to mix up cornstarch and powdered sugar. You don't want to do it. Trust me, you don't. Okay, so my other big, huge news is, so I bought my place. I told you guys, I actually bought a double wide. I used all the cash that I had in the moment, to buy this, to make sure that my kids had a roof over their heads and things. And it's been wonderful learning process. It's been, and I'm still learning and still doing things, and we'll still be making a whole lot of improvements and things like that. But one of my goals is to buy a traditional house with a fenced yard so that my girls, my dogs can go and run until they're exhausted and not have to worry about it. And I thought I was still quite a ways away. Well, I talked to a lender today because I've been working really hard on my credit. You know, being self-employed and when I got divorced, I took on a lot of debt just to make things smoother and easier. And I opened my law firm with somebody that I trusted very much and was really struggling. And then I found out when that person left the firm, and I was sitting there going, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And a dear friend of mine said, it's going to be okay. We're going to get you through this. You're going to be a success. You're good at what you do. We just need to refine some things and figure things out. And he has always stood behind me when I got frustrated or it was just overwhelming. He literally, the only thing I can say is he kind of put his hands under my arms and said, come on, get up. We're doing this. When I get overwhelmed with things here and how do I fix this, or this is broke, you know, he's the first one that says, okay, let's buckle down. What do we need to do? Let's get it going. When I get overwhelmed, he's like, okay, let's make a list. Make a list. What do we got to do? And we figure it out, and we kind of prioritize. And he's the best cheerleader. He literally, when I fixed the washer the first time, my old washer, the first time, he was so excited for me, and he gets it. He's like, it is amazing that you could, like, that you did that, honey. When I fixed the dryer when it was broke, it wasn't a big deal. He's like, okay. He cracks me up because I think I probably own as many power tools now as he does. He restores old cars. Um, and so it's been fantastic. So we've been working really hard on things. And I got the news today when I talked to a mortgage company that my credit has improved well enough that I can apply for a conventional mortgage. When I first started, my credit was low 500s. I'm almost at a 700. I've worked that damn hard. And that is an amazing feeling. My friend Renee is doing my taxes for the business and getting things straight. Because we have a couple things we need to get those turned in for, and that will determine how much I can borrow. She did ask, she goes, what do you kind of want your payments to be? And I'm like, yeah, so the lower we can get it, the better, but I don't want to live in a skanky area. I do like, and then I was thinking, okay, well, how big do I need as far as a place and how many bedrooms? And, my kids are getting older and they'll be spreading their wings soon, a little bit more than just college. And I was like, do I really still need a 3-bedroom house? And I've decided that, yeah, I do. I want my kids to know that they always have a place to come and be. And if they're not actively living there, I can use one as a guest bedroom and then make another one an office. But to me, and I'm not looking to buy tomorrow. The housing market is crazy. People are overpaying for houses. I'm not doing that. I am perfectly fine staying in my little place here and continuing to plug away at working on it and making it fantastic. And not moving to that's fine. To me, it was more important to know if I need to, and I shouldn't need to, if I want to, or find a place that I fall in love with, I can do it. And if you had asked me 5 years ago, I didn't think I could. So yeah. To me, I feel like I've done the impossible in finding that out. And it may seem silly. And I get that. But it just shows how far I've come. And if I can do it, anybody can do it. I'm not that special to think that I'm doing something that somebody else can't do, because I'm absolutely not. But I can't wait. I keep telling everybody big things are in store, and we may have setbacks and we may have little bobbles here and there, but you can do it. I am hoping this week, now that because I need to stop, because I'm going to start crying. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be goofy. My goal this week is to continue to at least try to strengthen my back and shoulders. I have been told I can get in the pool, and I've contacted my gym. I don't even have to sign up for a lane. So I really do want to, I need to try on my swimsuit. I need to do that fast because swimsuits are fast coming out of the stores. And yeah. So my goal this week is to plug away at the coffee sampler. And who knows what else in my bucket of whips. Really stitch alongs. I slacked off. I didn't do my animal. I need to do that. So I'd like to knock out 2 animals on Funky Menagerie. Finish the center flower on Sense and Sensibility. And work on the coffee quicker. If I can knock out that this week, that would be great. I would also like to get in the pool and see if that doesn't help my back. Yeah. Oh, those lidocaine patches, like the big ones that they sell in the pharmacy, thank goodness for those. 'Cause yeah, they help. I've been kind of like, I take one off, take a little break, and then I end up having to put it back on. The princess pillow is fine. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else. They're really, that's really the big news. That's enough. I mean, that's a lot of stuff. So, that said, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna upload this. It is now, oh my goodness, it's almost midnight on Monday. So yeah. Oh, and Denise, I got that out to you. So you probably will get it. If you haven't gotten it today, you should have it by tomorrow, I would think. Because Clay, I mailed yours the same time as I mailed Clay a package, and he got his today. I mailed a big box of stuff to the little girl with the duck, which included Kim's duck as well that she was sending. Who else did I mail to? I think that is all I owed mail to. Oh no, I owed to Holly Hobby Stitcher, I think, on Instagram. I sent her some linen from the Barbara Anna Tree of Life series. She was short a piece and I don't stitch on it, so I sent it off to her. So yeah, that's a goodness. I don't know what else to say. Oh, the other thing I really want to do is start back on my Lady of Liberty. Lady of the Flag, Lady Liberty. Where? I think I need to go to bed. But yeah, I want to get back to my Lady of the Flag. And I also, so once I get her farther along, I want to start on Lady Justice. Does anybody else keep a list of all of their whips? Is that unreasonable? Like, I have my WIPCO card, but I feel like I need like here's my master priority list. Like, these are the ones I've already started. I need somebody to customize a planner for me. That's what I need. Yeah. So on that happy note, I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to upload this, and I hope everybody is doing fantastic. If you need anything or I can help you in any way, please let me know. Don't hesitate. Either pop a message down below or message me on Instagram. I'm His Princess Kelly on Instagram, and if I can do it, I will do it. If I can't, I will try to find somebody who can. That's kind of how I operate. So I will talk to you all later. Bye.